So most people got nice pretty soil. This is what we got. I don't know if you can get it on camera, but it's just clay. The difference is it doesn't crumble. It
balls up.
It balls. So yeah, see, there is no crumbling or dirt. It's just like rock. I don't know. Here, you can probably show it better here. So you can kind of see. See, it looks like dirt, but when you squeeze it, it's just a big old ball. So yeah, not good for growing yet, until we put all the goodies in it. Okay, so because our soil is so yucky and clay, a lot of stuff doesn't like growing in it, so we are going to go ahead and amend it before we even bother putting it over everything for it to grow in. So that's what we're going to be doing. We'll get this, mix in this, and hopefully have a better growing medium for all of our goodies.
I'm gonna stand over here and lean on a rake.
For now. Till I peter out. Once you pick all the roots and the crap out.
Crap.
What is that?
Saw that.
That looks like something. Got like a designer. Push it out to the camera. There it is. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Like different colors and stuff on it. Okay, so this is what we got. We tried to pick out the rocks the best that we could. Tried to pick out as much of the weeds and crap as we could, but it's not as bad as we thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's still clay. I mean,
yeah,
it's not like it's that good. I mean, it's kind of crumbly, so we did get a little bit of topsoil in it, so it's kind of crumbly. But when you squeeze it, you can see it still turns into a
like
rock.
This one's a big ball of clay.
Yeah. But there is a little bit of topsoil in it, and the good news is I was happy to find a few worms.
Yeah, we found a few worms.
So if there's worms in it, that's always a good sign. But obviously there's not going to be a lot that's going to like growing in that. So we're going to go ahead and start amending this now while we have it in the barrel. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix some stuff up in with it, and we'll just talk about it as we go along. One of the things I've heard a lot of people say about clay soil, and it may work for some, but I tell you what, it doesn't work in our soil. And that's, I've heard people tell others to put sand, mix sand in with it, because you would think that sand would help with drainage. But if you put it in clay like this, that is just like a ball of mess, you add sand to this, you're gonna turn it into concrete, which we've done before.
Yeah.
So yeah, sand is not our friend. It may work in some other areas, but it doesn't work in our area. So what we've learned is that if the more texture we can get into it, the better it drains, and it breaks down into the clay and turns it into more of a topsoil. So, and one of the things that we've just had a lot of success with, so we're going to stick with, and that's peat moss.
Yep.
So we're going to be mixing some peat moss in with our dirt, I guess you would say. Yeah, so that's step number one for us.
Peat moss.
Throwing peat moss.
Get rid of the heavy hitter here first.
Yeah.
How much?
We'll probably use the whole bag on this. Several holes, right? There you go. I can't get through that.
You want to trade?
Big clump of clay there.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues, and in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night, starting to calm down in the morning light.
When you get to the big balls of clay, just try to break it up the best you can. That way it'll mix up better. So when the big balls of clay come up, try your best to break them. Okay. Try to show you the difference. Okay, you've seen that with the clay. This is all clay. Turns into a ball. Left alone, that can turn into a rock. Mixed with the peat moss, it still balls up because there's still clay in it. But the difference is look how easy it falls apart now. So, already better than it was. Well, we can do topsoil with the manure if you want. Topsoil. We used what's called composted manure, and basically it's manure mixed with other organic matter like leaves and mulch and twigs and stuff like that. What it's going to do is basically it'll help put a little bit of, I guess, plant food, I guess you'd say, into the mix. But just make sure that if you're using manure, that it's not fresh, because if it's fresh, it can burn your plants up pretty bad. So not too fresh. So that's your good compost. We're going to go ahead and put some topsoil on top of this. That'll be your cheese. And manure is your meat. Topsoil is basically a more nutrient-rich soil. It's the stuff that's like just below the grass, you know, the really dark stuff. But the topsoil that you find in the bags, like we have, it's more like wood and moss and peat than actual dirt. But it's like half the price of garden soil, so yeah.
Been a real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues.
Dab this in this area, try to get all the way down and kind of try to mix it. Yep. Try to get it all in there. Get all the kids playing well together.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt. Been a real bad boy. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down with the morning light. I'm in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt, down in the dirt.
What I've done in the past is I'll do pretty much this, but I'll do it in just a hole that I plan on planting in. So if I'm planting like a tomato, you know, and I need this much room for my tomato, I'll dig a hole like this big and about this deep, and then I'll put amendments in the actual hole, and then put the tomato in that and just plant it in the hole that's all done up really good. But being doing a mound, I can't exactly do the mix in the hole where just the strawberries are going to go. So that's the whole point of us doing this big mix, is so that no matter where we put the strawberries, we're going to have a better chance than growing in this clay if we put the clay down. Because as you can see, growing in clay is not for the faint of heart. Now you can see that you can pick it up, you can put it in a ball, and it still clumps up, which is, you kind of want it to clump up a little bit so that you know that it's going to hold moisture. But as we were before, it took a lot to get it to crumble. Now that ball crumbles no problem. So that's what we want. Clay ain't fun, but
You can
you
fix
do
it. You can fix it.
Just know your soil and know what works best in your area and what to do. Like I said, some people swear by putting sand in clay, but I'm just telling you, here it turns to concrete. So
Big rock. When it dries, it's like,
concrete.
yeah, we've actually seen like sparks, or the hot smoke comes off of it where you hit it with a post hole digger.
Or you just break the post hole digger.
Break the post hole digger.
So this is looking good, so we're going to take this and put it up on that bed.